watercolor or both. So when I paint, for example, when I painted this, I did prime it with gesso. You can do like a chalk paint or another paint. It is nice because gesso has tooth, so the acrylic paints will stick to it. Okay, so that answers that question. But when you go to paint with watercolors, if you were to prime with gesso, that's a big no. You want to prime, you want to prep the surface with what is called watercolor ground. So if you wanted to paint a canvas that has already been primed, which most canvases have been primed because they're white, unless you're buying raw canvas and you're mounting it on the wood, which I've done, it's a pain in the butt. But then you prime it with gesso. This is called watercolor ground. So if I, no. Hold on, I can't get it open. Okay. And then remind me to tell you this story about this letter that I got. It's kind of one of those weird. Oh, okay. This is on my resources page. I can give you the link when we're done. I love Daniel Smith. They gave me this, by the way. I love Daniel Smith. I love that. And I'm going to do one other thing because somebody asked me, how do you keep the backs of your tags so clean? Well, I can share that secret too. No secrets around this joint. Okay, is that going to be too much light or not enough light or just perfect? All right, so what I do is the back of it, there is no back. All right, let's paint this and make this the back of it because it's... Diane, I know that yes, watercolor ground should be allowed to cure. The answer is I haven't cured it, and I did paint over it, and it was just fine. I do live in a very arid climate, so the answer that you are proper. The one thing you want to do, is always read the manufacturer's instructions. Okay, that's just a thing. Okay, and most people come to me, but if you want to read this, and I do have one that's cured. I can't read the instructions. The reason I can't is it's too small. My eyesight. So go to the website. All right. Do I need to write? Somebody said, do I need to write, Donna, since I have let my subscription end for a bit? Please go to, I don't know who wrote that. Please send an email to support@yourartfuljourney.com. So I'm going to go ahead. By the way, I know people do the cling wrap seal on the jars. That was a great suggestion. However, I always just wipe mine off. I just don't. I paint a lot. So I do this. I just keep the back of the tag. Oh, I sound like I'm from Michigan. I am from Michigan. All right. So here we go. So I just do that. That's it. Support@yourartfuljourney.com. All right, now so this one is dry. It's cured. It's probably been there for like 3 weeks just because I haven't had time to get back to things. I am gonna, while I'm painting, you guys, remind me not to come back because all I'm wearing is a tank top and it's not a great look, but I have Houdini sleeves on and I'm guaranteed to get these sleeves in something, and I love that shirt. All right, I'm glad. Yeah, you can't see anything. So here we go. So again, manufacturer's instructions. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Sometimes the manufacturers give instructions and then I test what they do and what they don't do. For example, like crackle medium. And I see what works and what doesn't work. So to be honest with you, neither one of these cured overnight. So, and they're just hanging out just fine. But manufacturer's instructions. So let's just do a couple of them and then we'll see how bad this goes. Good idea on the cling wrap. Somebody said put it around the jar or put it on the jar and then nothing, it'll never stick. I enjoy that workout that I get when somebody ahead of me closes the jar at work. The guys at work close, like when there's pickles in the refrigerator, I think they purposely close it so I can't get into it. So I do a nice thick coat. So this is like, it's either called watercolor ground or absorbent ground. And what you're giving is an absorbent surface for the watercolors to go into. Because Otherwise, the watercolors would just zip away and just slide off and they don't absorb. But I'm going to go ahead and put this in front of a fan. I think I don't quote me, but I think I used a heat gun the last time because I was impatient. And that's how I roll. Now I've got the back of that nicely protected. Okay, put that aside. Okay. And I'm going to put it in front of this fan that's supposed to be blowing on me and cooling me down. Oh, Diana, you can, if you guys weren't, I know, I love to surprise everybody. If you guys weren't prepared to paint on tags, just grab your book out. I know, oops, that was a misstep. I like to keep y'all on your toes. And all of these items are on my website, and I can hear things going on right now. My kid is out there she's paying me back for some clothes that were over budget. And I am shipping the fall banner. Oh, look at this. Well, this fits perfectly. Why didn't the other one? I don't think I was paying attention. All right. So this is just keeping everything clean. I am just I don't know. Oh. You can make these out of paper. I am loving, I did get a nice email the other day. Not an email. I don't do the email thing. It's too hard for me right now. I did get a nice picture from Peggy. I don't know if Peggy is here. I should share her tags. She got all of her tags and she just painted the heck out of them. All right, so nice layer. Absorbent ground, watercolor ground. What is this one? This one's watercolor ground. This one's by Daniel Smith. It's my favorite. And they gave me like a huge vat of it. So when I was at a trade show, she said, you need this. I was laughing. I taught a class on Monday for, I don't know what it was. It was for an event. It was like adult art camp or something. And I was teaching that night and people were like asking me questions about various paints and stuff. I used to work for DecoArt, so I happen to know their paints the best. But I was laughing because I said, you always want to follow the manufacturer's instructions. But unfortunately, at the ripe old age of 52, they've now made it with so many languages and it's so small, I can't read it. So it's really frustrating. But when I tell you to go to the manufacturer's website, they usually have color charts, instructions, everything. Now, see, I do this when I'm done and I wipe out, I wipe around. It's just kind of a habit, especially when you're using the sealers and stuff, because otherwise you just seal stuff shut. Okay. All right. This is like the thickest. All right. Put that aside. Put my scissors aside. Put my tags aside. Take a sip of my water. Also, people are asking me where I got my handmade by stamp, Tracy Weinzeffel Studios. I'm trying to find a company who does it again. The company I used went out of business. I didn't put them out of business. Not that I know of. Oh, I guess I need watercolors. Whoa. That's a unique thought. I don't think they went out of business because of me. I think I bought like 7 of their stamps at one time. I like the rounded tag at the top. So they come 10 in a bundle and there's 2 of every shape. So yeah, I like that. They're all different. I only have the rejects. I don't send anything out that is a reject in my mind. Let's zoom in here. Is this one dry? Yeah. I take all the rejects, which there are none because literally I just paint over it. All right, look at that. Now we've zoomed in and I don't have to worry about you guys having to see. I think tonight's Daniel Smith night. This is like Daniel Smith night. Thank you, Daniel Smith. We won't even pull these out. Those are my Daniel Smith. One of my Daniel Smith sets. Okay. I like to water my watercolors down. Do you use your stamping step? Do you use your stamping? Do you use my stamps? Absolutely, I do. Yeah, of course I do. Here's a set right here. Yes, I do use my stamps. But right now, I was just going to paint something and see what happens. This is dry, by the way. This one was pre-done. I just happened to have it in there. Sorry, I have to go see you in 2 weeks. Oh, I don't know if that conversation is for me. Okay, I don't know if that comment. I don't know if that comment was for me. Now I am going to pre-wet this just a little bit, just because I want the. Okay. I would love it if somebody was coming to see me in 2 weeks. Just give me a heads up. All right. Well, the good news is it's not slip sliding away. Okay. We have middles, 2 flowers. Let's see, they're starting to spread out a little bit, which I love. Mixed media makers, are there anybody of you here? We got to talk about what we're painting on Monday. I'm just. Oh, let's not stick my. Oh, yeah. And let's take this here now. Is Daniel Smith a brand that spreads out well? I know some brands spread more than others. I feel like Daniel Smith is like the best. I love how I just love them for watercolors. They are pricey. They're not inexpensive, but they're bold and they just are beautiful. And yes, they spread out wonderful. I mean, I don't know about you, but it's looking pretty dreamy. What am I painting on Monday? I don't know. That would be a question for you guys. No, I'm not going to worry so much if my colors join up a little bit. I'm just kind of painting away. What do you think? And see this absorbent ground, it just still keeps. I just love it. All right. Now we're just going to come in and I'm just going to fill in some green. So for those of you who didn't believe I used watercolors on the tags, I did. There we go. And you don't have to fill in every void. I'm being a little crazy. First time watching me. Thank you, Mindy. Hello. We do lots of projects. I would like to welcome you. I probably shouldn't just blast you out there. I do lots of projects, art journaling, mixed media, you name it. Tonight, I just decided to grab some wooden tags. You can cut them out of paper, watercolor paper, whatever you'd like. Now, I do need to dry this. Hi, Kelly. Alan, I almost called you Kellyanne. Paint on wood on mixed media. On Monday, Connie? I think I know. I think I have some wood. Ooh. I didn't make it to the end of the tag, so just there you go. Okay. Now don't worry about things. First time watching you. I'm loving this. Hi, Jeanette. Let's call you out. Hey, anybody who hasn't seen me before, everybody who's seen me before, tell us who you are, where you're from, how did you find me? Do you wish you hadn't? I miss you this much too, Kelly. Now, see, what I love about this is it's kind of faded in, faded out. Hopefully you guys can see. I can zoom in even closer. We're painting on something small. Normally I'm painting on much bigger stuff. Hi, Linda. Kim from Chicago. This is great. I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio, beginning watercolor student. Welcome, Jeanette. Jeanette, we're doing a challenge in October. You'll love it. I'm so glad I stacked up on tags while I was in California. Gina. Me too. Now, I am heat gunning this too. I'm really hoping one of those other sets are dry, and then I know I'm going to break the let it dry for a night rule, but I don't really follow the rules very well as it is. Okay, just a permanent marker is what I'm going to go with. I love this set. First time for me. I'm near Manchester, UK. Peggy, I hope you saw the shirt I was wearing in honor of my UK friends. I love the UK. I have been there twice. Been to Buckingham Palace. I was not invited in by the Queen, but I understood she was very busy. She was home, so I didn't expect it. But I am watching everything that is going on, and I just feel for your entire country. Okay, I'll put the shirt back in because I have tank top on. All right, I'm going to start with a 0.5. I am from Dayton, Springfield originally. I miss Ohio. I only have one saying about Ohio. Oh, can I tell you about this letter I got? I'm going to turn it upside down. Okay, but here. I don't want to show you my address. Okay, I'll just show you this. Okay, I don't want to show you my address. So I got this letter in the mail. And over the years, I keep getting mail from this lovely Mr. and Mrs., let's just call them Smith. And they are addressing stuff. Oh, I should be paying attention. They are addressing stuff to this couple in Ramona, California with my address. So it's never getting to those people. And over the years, I've gotten Christmas cards. But this came outside of Christmas. I always hit return to sender. The envelope came open. So before anybody incriminates me for opening somebody's mail, it was open, came to my home. I opened it and it was a sympathy card. And I was like, oh goodness, like return to sender. I sent it and it came back to me twice. So I was like, did some sleuthing on the internet because that's what one does, and found the name of the person who sent it and called them. And a lovely older lady answered the phone. I was like, you don't know me. You continue to send mail. And so I had this most lovely conversation. We started doing she told me how she knew the couple. I said, well, I'll gladly send this card back. I'm sorry it was open. I know it's a sympathy card, none of our business. And she was like, no. And then we started looking around. Come to find out, she had one number wrong. I'm at, okay, let's say 24710. This person's at 24610. Like, we are neighbors. I don't know the fella. But I looked him up on Facebook and then saw, his wife and him. Now I'm just doing this is I think it's a 0.5, 0.3. You're wondering why this is so light. It's because I'm just sketching and trying to find where the flowers are, and maybe there's a leaf over here, but I don't know. Yep, there was a leaf. I just didn't know. Anyway, we ended up having the most lovely conversation. I said to her, instead of me mailing this back to you, I will drive it over to his house tomorrow on my way to work, and I'll just drop it off and put it in his mailbox. And she just thought, we just sat and talked, and then she was like, what is your name? And I was like, well, now I want to be on your Christmas card list. She's I wanted your name because I'm keeping your address to put you on my Christmas card list. So I told her, great, you're on mine. I'm an artist. I'll send you a piece of art. So I met a very nice lady today. And she was like, that is so sweet of you. And I was like, Ramona, I live in a small town, but I felt like I was literally, this one, by the way, this pen is a little dead because I ruined the tip going through something real wet. So I'll just pick up a different one. I know. She was so cute. And she said, I don't even do that Facebook thing. And my kids want me to do it. And so she was like saying, I would love to have your address to send you a thank you. And I was like, you are not sending me a thank you. And by the way, you've had my address for 10 years. I've lived here since 95. But she was really cute. So you see the markers work just fine. Yeah, mixed media makers, you guys, I know you guys got the embroidery art thing. I could do that, but it's not that difficult. I was thinking maybe a wood surface, like a wood panel of some nature. And I love the pink too. And I'm just scribbling. Nothing is, maybe I'm just skirting the pen along here. This will have to be like, I went on my website. When you go, people are loving that I'm putting like the videos and showing this is how I use them. So if you ever need reference, I'm putting photos and videos right in my, I think there's nothing worse than kind of buying something and never knowing what to do with it. So I'm trying to lead by example, but I can't paint with all the amount of ideas in my head. So I'm just flicking the pen back and forth. This is a permanent black. Sharpie will work. Sharpies will do the job. I could pull the Sharpie out now. Don't go expensive on me. Remember, I'm keeping who I am in my basic supply list. I'm just growing with you. And if you're doing this in an art journal, just corner off a section. Now, I'll wrap it up a little bit with a thicker, I love to go, pretty soon I'm going to end up, I've like burned, like I use my pens every single day. So, but they've lasted a really long time. Some I use more than others. One of them I damaged the tip because I wasn't paying attention and I was pressing down ridiculously hard. I might have been a little aggravated too. So it happens. I lose my cool. Don't we all? This will go. This is a thank you gift. You know what I've been doing? Somebody placed an order, and the nice lady actually emailed me back and said you accidentally put one of your painted tags in there. And I told her it was my thank you to you. She thought I did it by accident. And she was so appreciative. And then she said, you didn't sign it. I didn't know that I should. So I put these on little wine bottles and I'm going to do one little finishing act. Like, do you see? This was easy. Nobody can tell me this was difficult. And it just took beautifully. I'm just drawing little dots. I'm going to do Christmas ornaments next. That's my next. That is my next. Oh, I was thinking about that for the retreat. I'm going to do ornaments. Oh, we should do that at a retreat. I already have some good stuff planned for that, but I actually have so many ideas floating in my head. So there you go. Okay, now let's just finish touch this. Okay, and I like to have attention to detail. That's important to me. So here we go. Ready? Ready? Oh, I might have to remove this. Stand love, stand love. I like the edges to be nice and clean. And see, you know what? I should have some pretty awesome You're right. I should have some awesome luggage tags. By the way, I know Wisconsin, we're going to do a tag demo. Probably just. Okay. See how clean and nice. And now, okay. See, I like the edges. That's why I don't worry about the edges, because I just take a permanent stamp pad, let it dry, and just get rid of it. I just think it looks cleaner. And this is permanent, so it's not going anywhere. It just needs to dry. There we go. And it looks so nice. Okay, here we go. You want an ornament challenge? We're going to do an ornament challenge. Okay, I'm going to go out. Okay, now what I do after this dries, I don't ever let anything dry. I take the painter's tape off, like so. Okay, there we go. See? Take the painter's tape off. Now, if you want to seal this, you can. I'll talk about that in a minute. But I don't really. Okay, this is my handmade by Chunk. There we go. Now that has to dry as well, because every time I do it, I move it. Now, oh, see. There we go. So I do use a spray sealer by DecoArt. It's under my resources page under mixed media. And I'll show you the two that I use. I'm not going to use a brush on sealer with this. I would do a spray on. If you use, remember this. Okay, I'm going to make eye contact on this one. Oh my God, the demo time is over. Okay, so let me, a tank top. Hold on, time out, tank top. My tank top isn't ugly, but it's just not. Okay, sorry guys, I was so hot and I have Houdini sleeves. All right. So here we go, answering the question. I do use spray sealers. If you use spray sealers, they have like alcohol in them. Sharpies have alcohol in them. So just remember, like if you're using this in an art journal over a Sharpie, it will, it can bleed that. So just be careful. A light, even spray. I use like a Varathane, but these are my two favorites. This is gloss. This is matte. It's by DecoArt. It's in my resources. I am a DecoArt maker. If you go to my resources page, which I'll give the link to, you can order direct from DecoArt, and there is a discount code in there, and they are great.